So it's 4:43 on Wednesday, January 13th, and this is our first trip of 2021. We're heading to Tennessee to see a house in the morning in Greenville. So we'll be going there at 10 o'clock, and then dependent on what we find at that house and whether we like it, the property, totally depends the rest of our trip, whether we'll just be looking at that one and coming home, or whether we'll be going on possibly to other states.
Maybe.
See?
Guess we'll see.
So we just arrived at our little tiny Airbnb. It's this little mini cabin in North Carolina. It's Hot Springs, North Carolina. So he's already exploring. It's the tiniest little place. Oh my god, it's so cute. It's got a little tiny bathroom with a toilet, sink and a shower. It's got tons of DVDs, so I guess you're never short of anything to watch, because there's more up here too, the gourds. And then this is the little part of the kitchenette. There's no stove or anything here, it's just a little mini fridge freezer. So it's kind of like our camper, but this feels huge compared to what we're living in. And then it's got these two little beds in this nook here that has a beautiful view out of the window, and it's, my mum wouldn't like this because it's a huge drop down. It doesn't show you how steep it is, but it is steep down there. God, it's the cutest little place. You can see how tiny it is. This is the whole place, and then this is my favourite bit. So it has this little bed, and then from the bed, look at that. Bathtub overlooking beautiful view. Oh my god, I'm so going to be testing that out in a little while. We've had a long day. We left at, really early this morning. Can't wait to fill this baby up and just chill out and be able to just look at the view. So we've woken up here in Hot Springs, North Carolina. Had a really, really good night's sleep, both of us, because it was so lovely and cool. Zoe slept really good too, so we had a really beautiful, peaceful night. We woke up here, it's 30 degrees, so it's lovely and chilly. And it's just such a gorgeous place. I don't know whether you can see this, but I don't know whether you can see that, but it's one of the times that we get to actually see our breathing. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you outside here at this little cabin, because it's so pretty. The sun's out, it's absolutely stunning here. We've got such a pretty view down the hill, and it's kind of like this little oasis. There's cabins all up on the hill here. And this is like this little fairy garden, because it's got this big twisted vine arch that goes over the entrance, and this little cute little garden. And since I'm a real sucker for stone walls, this is one of my favourite features. I absolutely love stone walls. We had these at one of my childhood homes in England. My mum built these amazing stone walls, and they looked fantastic. This is the deck. we didn't get to enjoy this last night. If we'd been able to stay, longer, this would be a perfect vacation spot. This would be so cool to come and stay with your family. Because it's 30 degrees, everything is frost tipped, and it's so pretty. Everything's just covered in this beautiful, I like to call it fairy dust. So we're going to pick you up in Greenville, Tennessee. That's where we're going to see our property today. And then depending on that, well, we're still going on back to North Carolina to see a bunch of properties tomorrow. Love that beautiful fog over the mountains. Gorgeous. So stunning. So we'll see you at the first house in Greenville, and then we're just gonna go from there. So we're in Greenville, Tennessee. We're just coming up to Jones Road, which is where we're seeing a property today. This one's going to be a 1945 little house. Very little house. It's like 800 and something square feet, and fixer-upper, and then with 12 acres and a bunch of barns. Okay, so now we're turning onto, this is Jones. This is Jones Lane. So this one's actually a dead-end road. So the house is right at the very end. So these are the neighbours' yards.
Let's do this side. This is where all the cars are parked.
Yeah, this place has quite a lot of cars. Oh, that's not bad though at all. This is the neighbour. Ah, yeah, there's Lisa. This is the house that we're coming to look at today. Wow, look at the barns. This is the neighbour here. This is where this is what we're looking at today. These now at the back of the house. So this is the little deck. It's actually in better shape than the house, which is funny. This is just one. They've got a pallet floor here for the shed. Come on, Zoe. So this is just a little workshop shed. Nice storage room. That area here, which would be perfect for like a lawnmower or some gardening tools. Let's looking at the back of the house again. The neighbour's over there, but there's a little dog house, which Zoe would never be in this weather. And then we're heading over to the barns. Oh, so that must be the chicken coop over there.
That is, yeah.
Wow, so that does go a long way then. Yeah.
Because if critters get
We definitely have our chickens close to us for sure. We like them, and our ducks. Wow. This is a big barn. I mean, it's already got some stalls in here too. Obviously needs some wood replacing because there's some pretty big drafts, but man, look at all that. That's just barn number 1. Wow. Incredible. So there's a stall there. And it has, oh, that one has hay mangers too in it. And then there's a closed in area there. And then this is a whole aisleway. Yeah, yeah, let's go do that. And there's another stall here. And this is the smallest barn. So I can't wait to have a look. I know, it literally, it is. It is, it's built with trees. There's a lot of junk around this place. So then that was the first smaller barn, which has the big doors on the side. And there's some closed in areas there, which are just full of stuff. Oh, look at the ice. Shows you how cold it is. There's just old doors and windows galore. Which, man, if we inherited all of that, I'm thinking greenhouse, I'm thinking more animal areas. My mind is going a mile a minute. Then we've got this lovely holding pen area that's made with pallets. And then there's a second barn, which is huge, absolutely huge. Wow, this looks even more than it did when we were on the Zoom the other day. The live meeting.
Right here, that's the red door for our old house.
Oh my god, it is. That's almost the same door, and I loved that door.
The one we needed.
Yeah, and there's sinks and units. Man, it looks like there's pretty much everything we need to renovate that house. Wow. There are just loads of doors, tons of windows, tons of things that I don't even know what they are. Wow. Must be in construction of some kind. So this is the second barn. It's just huge. It's absolutely huge. There's just, oh, look at the size of those windows.
Look at this rocking chair, honey.
There's a rocking chair?
Or a rocking bench maybe or something?
Ooh. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Oh my goodness, look at all these windows and things. Sinks. Anyone need a sink? There's about 10 of them. Oh my god, there could be more. Roof shingles. And wow. We're going to keep going. House and the shed over here that we went into. Then we went into barn number 1 and then into barn number 2. So now we're walking around the outside of barn number 2. There's so much pasture here and it's just rolling, sprawling amazingness at the moment. This is such an exciting property, and the amount of stuff that's there. So much stuff for construction and for renovating this place. And with a ton of leftovers by the looks of it too. You're going to hear me sniffing a lot because my nose is running a lot because it's chilly. But this is so cool. So now we've got our own little patch of woods here that goes through to an opening and a third barn. All the vines have to come off for sure, but this one is really well built, really much newer. And it's actually warmer in this one, even though it's open both ends. There's no real draft. The other ones had a real draft coming through them. More doors. Wow. Look at all these doors. I mean, for renovating a house, as small as it is, we'd have more than we could ever use. Look, Christmas trees. That's so cool. Beautiful view through the woods.
It goes a good ways.
And it goes all the way out there too. And this is the back of the first barn. That's where the little courtyard area was that was made with the pallets, and the second barn. And then there's all of this fenced in area too that goes up onto a little gentle hill. And then there's an old chicken coop over there that could be, I mean, everything here could be fixed up. It would be a lot of work, but I mean, there's got 3 fantastic barns plus the storage workshop. Heading down, man, there's so much deer poop everywhere. They must really like it here.
See the fence line kind of where the cows are?
Wow, so all of that's, oh, that's the pond. Yeah, because that's, yeah, because the pond is included in this property, so all of that whole valley is part of this too.
Yeah, the valley, and then
wow.
up to the...
And all the way up to that fence line, way up here. There's a, I can't do it without it focusing on my finger. Yeah, so all of that pond is part of this property too. This is incredible. So we're just about to leave this property now. Just wanted to do a quick sweep of the front of the property. So that was the 2 big barns. The third one was over in those woods, over beyond, over here. That way we'd have to go through the woods and over to the other side of those trees. And this is the 2 barns, land that goes all the way down into that hill. Then another storage barn, and then the house. So that's the one we came to see today. We're actually heading now to Virginia to a caboose. We're going to stay in a old railway carriage. It was the cheapest Airbnb we could find, and it was actually just across the Virginia line. And there was a house that we wanted to drive by at least and just check out. So we figured, well, we'll stay near that, and then it's right close to the North Carolina border, which we'll be looking at houses there tomorrow. So we kind of figured, right, well, we'll try and hit that in the morning. So tonight we're going to be staying in a train carriage. How fun. So we just left the house in Tennessee, the Greenville house. Had amazing potential, loved the barns. The land was really nice. It had a beautiful view. It was nice and quiet on a dead-end road. Stuff that was all inside the barns, it was like, well, that could just be years, probably months, years of work to do and things, just like, but kind of in a fun way. So I suppose I'm a little confused about that property at the moment. The house really would need, I mean, basically all of the ceilings would have to be ripped out. It would have to be, inspected to make sure that there wasn't any major structural issues. I didn't see a lot of cracking and things in the like foundation area or in the walls. There was one area that had a crack in it, but it would just have to be inspected by experts. So we're just checking out a house. There it is. That's it. This is it right here in Virginia. We just thought we'd go by and just drive by just in case it was something we wanted to look at.
So houses?
Yeah, there's a manufactured home up there, and then there is a farmhouse if you go forward a little bit. There's a bunch of, yeah, it's just no land with it, unfortunately. The house, everything, the pictures look fantastic, but they're basically right on top of each other with no land around them. No good for all the animals, unfortunately. They just have a barn and everything, but it's only 5.8 something acres. Ah well, it's worth a look. So we're just turning up to our second Airbnb. We've booked in here for the night. Grassy Creek Cabooses. It's pretty bumpy. Certainly an adventure. Oh, okay, that's where we pick up our key.
Oh, yeah, look at him.
Oh, wow. This is the sunset at the caboose. So quiet here and peaceful. Really pretty. Just happened to find this on Airbnb. I'm going to link all the Airbnbs we stay in the notes below this video. I'm going to go check it out, take you inside. Ooh. Yeah, keep Zoe there. Oh no! Oh, I've got a pet hate of things with holes in them like that. Okay, so let's see. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Oh, look at this! Okay, so this is the little kitchenette. Microwave, toaster, coffee maker, little place to sit. Fridge, freezer. Right here. Wine glasses and corkscrew. Awesome. No smoking. Oh, look how cute. So it's got a bed. Oh, nice. A double couch. Double couch in front of the TV is right here. And then, oh wow, so the sink is outside here. And then in here is the little shower cubicle. And then the toilet. And then the best part, which I didn't show you yet, is it has a 2-person jacuzzi tub in the room. Thought this looked really, really, really fun. So you know what we'll be doing tonight. So our night in the caboose last night was awesome. Got a double jacuzzi tub, which was awesome because our feet were pretty cold from house hunting today, and actually even just all the driving, you kind of get a bit numb in places. So that was cool. It was really nice and warm in there. Very, very cute inside, as you'll see from the video. Now we're actually leaving Virginia. We're heading to North Carolina. I'll show you the view. We're heading to Rockingham, North Carolina to look at 2 properties there, meeting a new realtor. So we'll pick you up when we get to Rockingham. It's a Virginia deer.
We know your cousins in Florida.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto Lassiter Road.
Yeah, we went round and turned round and are coming back up towards the house. It's all pine forests everywhere that we're seeing. This would be all the neighbours. Yeah, this would be, I think this would be the property. Yeah, they're all still walking the property. There's a lot of people viewing this property right now because, as we said, the market is super hot. There's 2 barns out there, which that didn't say there was two barns with it. But this is the outside of the property that we're looking at on Lassiter Road. So we just walked around. There's amazing crawl spaces. As you can hear, there is traffic sound because it's a highway here. Oh, that's cool.
Like the guy the seller, he said he didn't know if maybe it was like a wine a bootleg distillery.
Wow, how neat. That's a nice little place to hide. front of the house. Yeah, it's very handy having water on the front of the house, especially if we have gardens. There's a lot of things growing here. Apparently there's some fruit trees or fruit bushes, and so a lot of variety. I'm seeing a lot of different plants. Obviously everything's kind of dead now, being winter, but it would look really pretty in the spring. Now we're heading over to my favorite area, which is the barn. Yeah, 1988. Wow. This is literally, everything here is so original. There's so much character. It's just starting to rain a little bit. This barn is solid. Oh wow, now that would be a hay room. Oh. Okay, so it does need some tin replacement because there's some holes, but everything is so well built. This is solid. Man.
And this is the property that has the
Wow.
stream on it.
Yeah, this does have a stream. So this would be the feed room. Look at that door. Man, that's so thick. Solid doors. Everything's solid. This barn is really neat. It's not very big, but actually this would be perfect for our guys.
Lots of potential for this area with all your outdoor stuff.
I like the signs. So we're heading, of course it just started raining just as we're about to see the land, but maybe it's a good luck sign, I don't know. And a second little shelter. Oh, so this one's been more of a, oh, that one needs a little work. That's barely hanging on over there. A little bit rotted, so obviously they must have replaced this. But again, it's still solid, some really nice. These beams are beautiful. I don't know what type of wood that is. Anybody know? This is the next neighbour down the street. So we are quite a long way from where the barn is, and the house is behind that barn. Well, actually to the left of it. So this area here is all kind of just brush and pine trees. It's kind of like a pine forest in here. But this property goes way far. It goes all the way down this road. This is actually a utility easement coming in right here, where the power pole is right here. So there's loads of road frontage, so we could definitely put Mum and Dad here. And then this is all pine forest. We haven't even got to the end of the first 10 acres yet. There's another 10 acres that goes after that, which is also included in this lot, so it is actually 20 acres all together. So we're just leaving this property. We walked, it's basically like its own pine forest. Can't really see anything because it's so rainy. We walked in the rain. And this is the house. And the ground that comes with it. It's got a lot of pros and a few cons. So we're just gonna have to go think.
It's also this wood too.
This is the other house we're looking at today in Rockingham, North Carolina. This is the house right here. There's people here, so we can't stop here. Now I know that that shed that's there in the garden is going with them. They're taking that. So there's one house there and there's another house there. The area that's cleared, and then behind where you can see all of that pine forest there, that is all part of this property. So it has 4.5 acres cleared and the rest is all forest. Okay, so this is the first house on this property. This would be my mum and dad's house. And then this is the second house on the property over here, which is more like a little farmhouse.
Here's ladybugs. Here's the attic pull down.
Oh, that's it, right in the kitchen. This is the kitchen. This is the first property. This would be our house. So this is the kitchen area. It's really cute. And it has this really neat extractor fan, which Tommy was just telling me is usually in commercial kitchens, but they have that. So apparently they're expecting us to burn some stuff. So anyway, that's the kitchen area. There is a little stove here. So this area is one of the bedrooms. So that's a bedroom. Ah, and that's a nice bathroom.
Oh, hi there.
Coming from this direction. Okay.
I see leaks.
Yeah. Closet. Oh, I like the wood in the closet. That's neat. So I'll go back out the way I came in. Maybe that doesn't work. So living room area. Oh, very cool. Oh, the windows are so low in these older properties. Everybody was much shorter back then. It must be. Oh, okay, so it's another bedroom. Second bedroom with another closet. Wow, there's a lot of cool wood in these closets. That because it's a little strange, this house, the layout. So that was the bedroom. That comes into the main bathroom. But then you walk through here into another bedroom, and then with a closet, and then there's another bedroom through here. So it's 4 bedrooms, but you have to kind of walk through each one to get to them. And so then that goes into this other, that was the 4th bedroom. Oh, so the bedrooms are basically all through each other, and then you've just got this lounge and kitchen area. So nice and simple, nice simple layout.
Patio to watch the rain.
And then a screened in patio, which is very pretty, and it sounds nice, and it's nice and private too. So we're now walking over to what would be Mum and Dad's property. We are staying in a barn tonight. This is so exciting. We decided to go with this one.
Sleeping in the stalls.
Yeah, no, we're not sleeping in the stalls. But this place actually, if you're traveling with your horse or horses, you can bring them. So this is literally the converted barn. So there's 2 stalls here for the horses. And then it has, and this would be the kitchen. It has a nice little kitchen, microwave, toaster oven, little sink here, and wine, which is really sweet, and a little gas heater, which is adorable. Oh, and washer dryer, which is excellent because I need that. This is the view. There's a deck and a nice little fenced in area for Zoe, which will be perfect for her later. Once we get ourselves situated and unpacked. Coffee maker. They even have, oh, that's really, what a lovely touch. That's lovely when you get, you know, little dog biscuits and things. There's oatmeal for breakfast, which is nice. And then in here, can you close that door for me? And in here is the bathroom. This is so cute. Look at that lovely barnwood on the ceiling. Just a little basic sink, toilet, and a nice shower stall, which is super rustic. Love it. Very neat. I'm going to link all of these Airbnbs that we stay at in the details. So if anybody is either traveling with their horse near South Carolina, whereabouts are we in South Carolina? Oh, Society Hill. Then you might want to stop in this one. And then this is the bedroom, which is lovely and warm, super cozy. 2 little beds. We actually didn't know what the sleeping arrangements were in here. We just booked what was near to where we were going to be. It's got a TV, chair, little space heater, and again more lovely barnwood on the ceilings. This is a cute place, really nice. It's got all kinds of things in here actually. Just a nice, oh, and she even said that there's a library here, and you can take the books and you can leave books. It's like a little free guest library. How cute. So this will be our final Airbnb for the night. This is a little annex on somebody's house. You can see it's very cute. This is called the Sunflower In-Law Suite. So you can go to the main house and use the kitchen and things, but they've got like a little kitchenette here with a microwave and mini fridge and snacks and things. And then this little bathroom. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. This is our last stop. They're actually in Columbia, South Carolina. And then I don't know what this is. This might just be just a storage closet with all the extra linens and things. Very nice for tonight. We're both totally exhausted. Look at that. This is why it's called the Sunflower In-Law Suite. Very neat. My little Airbnb, which is part of this big main house here. We are heading back to Florida. Our trip is finally done. Bye, South Carolina.